Game number 2, and in the top right-hand corner of the map, we have our Red Terran player from Team OGS, and that is SuperNoVa. And his opponent down in the lower left-hand corner, our blue Protoss representative from Team Liquid, it is HerO.
All right, so Daybreak, it's a type of map where you certainly can play those longer macro games, so HerO is going to feel quite at home here. That double forge style, you know, it was so strong for a long time, but I feel like Terran players are kind of starting to try a few things to sort of try to figure it out. It's been a big problem, you know, for Terran players. So SuperNoVa trying something last game. You know, I feel like it was more the mistake that HerO made than SuperNoVa's build that really won that game. So that one, you know, I kind of want to just throw that one out.
Yeah.
You know, be like, let's see what happens on this game. I don't feel like that last one really gave us a sense of, you know, who the better player was overall. Other than that, you know, HerO did make the first kind of large mistake in that game. So we'll see. You know, I still think of it as a very even matchup. SuperNoVa maybe is a little bit of the underdog here, but he did get that first win, so we'll have to see how everything kind of pans out. I'm curious to see if SuperNoVa is going to maybe go for something like that 3 Nexus heavy gateway style.
Well, let's see if that is going to be the case. So, and let's see if he ends up going after that. Of course, this is a pretty good map for those parting style Nexus gateway, or I'm sorry, gateway Nexus into 8-gate builds, things like that. SuperNoVa though is already adding on gas, not taking a super fast expansion, and walling off for now. So we'll see if he has some sort of trickery up his sleeve, or if this is just going to be a little bit later expansion.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh,
I'm all for trickery. I do enjoy that.
Very much so.
Entertaining here. The probe can't get in.
No!
And, oh, did he not leave enough health on that supply depot? It looks like he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be just fine. Sometimes you see it where they only put like 30 health on it, and the worker just comes up and kills it. Yeah.
I see
it's
that.
like, whoops.
So frustrating.
Well, that's built that a little bit longer.
That's 100 resources, which is going to magnify because it happened so early in the game.
That hurts, yep.
All right, well, let's see here now. SuperNoVa actually building up almost to 100 gas. Could have a factory right away. And not adding on any add-ons, but not producing anything out of the barracks quite yet. So let's see. And there is a factory on the left-hand side, pretty buried, but pretty close air distance to his opponent.
Well, we'll see. Definitely something a little bit fishy going on in the camp of SuperNoVa.
Yeah, very much so.
Yep. The question is, will it be just that straight-up 1-1 like we were talking about, or will it be some sort of expand build, a.k.a. kind of the Nada style that we've been seeing lately? We talked about last game, and that probe peeking in again. He's like, huh, no command center yet.
Right.
It's like something's up. Something is not quite right. It's quiet. Too quiet.
Be careful, it's a trap! Sorry, that's Peppy from the beginning of Star Fox 64. So.
Oh, yeah, okay, I got it.
Yes.
Do a barrel roll!
Oh. Use the boost, speed up! All right. Well,
remember how they sounded in the Super Nintendo version? It was like babble babble.
Herb derp derp derp.
No, not quite like that.
Yes. More herp derps. Oh, hey, look at that. It's on the low ground there, but.
Oh, hey.
Oh, hi. Hi, factory. Okay.
I almost got into like Harry Carey's StarCraft commentating for a second there. Have you made a factory on the low ground? Made some hellions out of it.
He's gonna make some hellions. I'm sorry. Hellions! That's what I meant to say. Hellions! Give me another beer! Alright, well...
Oh, I never thought of what my favorite animal was.
It's true. How did you get from Harry Carey to that, though? That's
well,
really what I want to see.
Here's how.
Like,
let me give you a little glimpse into the mind of how Doa's mind works.
Okay.
Other than this, you know, ordering words and sentences all the time. But here's how it works, right? We're talking about Harry Carey. There was a Harry Carey skit on Saturday Night Live, I believe it was, when he was talking about eating things. Eating things made me hungry. I like to eat meat. Meat is made from animals. Meat is actually part of animals. Hence, what's my favorite animal? Ooh. Hence, I forgot what my favorite animal was.
Yeah.
The last thing we were talking about. So there you go. That's how I got from that to that.
Well, that's quite a thought process. I applaud you for getting to that conclusion after that.
Happens in a split second, too. There's a lot of stuff going around in there. Oh. And look at this.
What?
Wow. Nice stalker positioning by HerO. Nothing is getting past that guy. Well, metaphorically getting past him. Obviously, the Hellions got right past. But
yes. And they will be able to get a couple of kills, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to justify the cost of 3 Hellions and lost infrastructure time inside of his base. So This is not working out the best. Oh, force field goes down as well. Not going to be able to make its way into the main and pick up on what his opponent is doing.
Yep, not a bad force field at all. And that Hellion actually gets away. Wow. All right, well, he has a fantastic story to tell the grandkids at this point in his career. He might just want to retire after that. Stim on the way from SuperNoVa, including a... is that a third command center or is it a second command center?
It's a third
one
command center.
Actually going up. All right, interesting. So SuperNoVa showing some Hellions early on, but transitioning actually into Bio. So there is indeed a little bit of trickery here, trying to get his opponent to maybe think one thing, think it's a strategy similar to last game, what it in fact is just kind of straight up Bio play with just kind of a weird little opening.
And we'll see what HerO does in response. He's got a robotics facility up, but no hint of a robotics bay quite yet. Just working off of what's going to be, excuse me, 4 warp gates.
You're excused.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Anytime. That's what I'm here for, man. Don't
Yeah.
worry about it. This observer should let HerO know what's going on there. Xel'Naga Tower is not really going to help too much in this case. You actually need to get into the base. You know?
Yeah. You were talking about what your favorite animal is going to be. Well, Clout, the website kind of measures your influence online, told me that I am an expert on cats and facial hair. So
really?
Yes, it did. It says, we believe you are influential about facial hair.
Well, I would say so, man. Your facial hair is well known across the globe. No mistake there.
I suppose, but
I'm gonna have to check out that website. I wonder.
Interesting.
It sounds interesting. It sounds fun.
I'd love to know what you're influential about. Apparently, Hat Person, one of our lowcasters here, influential about addictions. So,
well, you know, you never know. Addictions, you know, if you're like maybe addicted to what you do for work, if you're like that passionate about it, maybe that's not such a bad thing. But it is good to take breaks from time to time, you know, from anything.
Yes, very much so. Yeah. So, facial hair, folks, I got your back.
Can't really take a break from facial hair unless you shave it off, and that's going to be a long break.
Yes. Yeah, it was actually. It was a dark period in my life.
Can't just put your facial hair down for 5 minutes unless it's like fake facial hair. But then is it really facial hair at that point?
Yeah, no, you're just a pretender. That's no good.
You are the expert, so...
Yes, I can tell you about this. I'm influential about this topic.
Facial hair person here.
All right, well, this is going to be interesting, delayed 4-gate pressure with an Immortal, but SuperNoVa already putting out a couple of bunkers there to go ahead and supplement his defense. More units slowly staggering their way across the map for now. A Hellion does that. Hellion did make his way back in, though, saw everything.
How many gateways is HerO on right now?
4.
It is 4 gateways. Okay, and some Immortals being added on. +1/+1. Nowhere near done, but he's got enough sentries that he could do some damage here. Oh, gets that second bunker canceled.
Oh, there's the Guardian Shield as well, so he wants to really push forward with this. He is already going ahead and focusing down the second bunker. It falls. There's just one remaining, but he has a nice little attack path around the right-hand side where he can start to skirt around that and trap units.
You know, that one Immortal in the back, it was just not firing. Only one of the 2 able to really do any damage. So with the big warp and the Zealots here, I think HerO has a good opportunity to come in and do a little bit more, it looks like.
Yeah.
Decided to warp in some sentries. You know, we'll have to see if he waits for another wave or just goes for it.
All right, well, we'll see if he makes his way up in just a second. He could very well. There's a good number of bio units. There's the stim. Couple of medevacs there as well. One Immortal goes down right away, and the second one is actually going to fall as well, and this army now looks a lot less scary. The fragile sentry is falling very quickly.
Yeah, you know, HerO being a little bit over-aggressive early on in this part of the game. It may have been better to just kind of turn around and go home after that, but he thought he could maybe get in there and do the damage after killing 2 of the 3 bunkers.
Yeah.
So he pushed it and didn't quite work out. Now, he didn't really lose everything, so he's not terribly far behind here. Supply-wise, he's still pretty close, so not out of the game at all. He's still getting his upgrades, too, which helps quite a bit.
And he was aware of that next command center as well, so he knows his opponent has 3 fully finished command centers. He, of course, is just about to finish his own 3rd. Worker count is 58 to 49 in favor of HerO, despite that 3rd command center being done for quite a while. Real benefit, of course, being the mules.
Yeah, very, very true. And a 3rd Nexus right now, just about finishing for HerO, so he's not slacking at all in his economy either.
And he is going to be able to pick up on these units going through the destructible debris. Actually sitting that observer right overhead. Big drop making its way around the bottom left-hand corner, but there's already a few stalkers there.
Yep, and the scan should kind of tell SuperNoVa to not go into that drop. He stopped, he's thinking about it. The medevac pilot's like, oh, that's a lot of stalkers. Of course, there's like one Marauder in the medevac that's like, do it, we can take him. But, you know, when you're a medevac pilot, you have to look out for the health of everybody in the medevac, so.
Suffice to say, if you do not leave me hanging, I will pay dividends on this drop. He's very well educated, very.
Oh, of course.
Yes.
What Marauder isn't? These guys certainly are. They know exactly what to do at the third base. Oh, but maybe their commander doesn't.
The force field's not the best, though. That's primarily Zealots didn't trap all that many units, and the drop is hitting at the same time. The medevac does go down, and this drop will be stranded back at home. Looks like SuperNoVa wants to come right back through that third, though, in just a second. Oh, but not able to crash through the army.
Yeah, you know, I feel like this has kind of been the war of over-aggression between these two players. You know, both of them really, really pushing the limits of what they can do safely.
Yes.
SuperNoVa right now is in a little bit of a better spot, I would say, but the supply count is even. You know, they've both got equivalent armies. And HerO, you know, although he's lost a bit of map control here, has taken a little bit of damage from the armies of SuperNoVa, and another drop coming in here we see too.
Zealot should have picked up on it, but if he didn't, this probe certainly will. And wow, HerO actually trying to assert his presence on the map. Now most of his forces are away, but look at this, already prepared for that drop with charge lots. SuperNoVa trying to back himself up into a little corner so that he can make sure he does the most damage possible. We're going to have a couple more warpins though here in just a second, and this drop really isn't going to do anything, but at the same time, SuperNoVa coming through the third, then HerO's forces are pulled a little bit out of position.
Oh, and he's just going to target down the Nexus too. Is he going to get it? Oh, barely not getting it. Wow. Wow, you know, if you're going to commit like that, you need to commit all the way. I'm sorry, SuperNoVa, man. You had to kill that Nexus.
Yep, you are absolutely correct. He's going to try and drop one more time. Expect to see some Chrono Boost in a second, of course, to try and recover the shields. Oh, medevac barely gets away.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Wow.
That Nexus is about as low as you could possibly get. Like one more volley from those Marauders would have done it.
Yeah.
You know, SuperNoVa probably kicking himself a little bit for that one.
I imagine so.
He is falling behind on supply here too now as well.
It looks like one of the forges was picked off by the drop though initially, so he's rebuilding a second one, but we already have, wow, actually it did stop +2 weapons from finishing up, so he's a little bit behind in that regard. The bio upgrades, we already have 2-2 on the way. Oh, flies right into the photon cannon, unfortunately gets that cleaned up.
Yep. Now I believe it was a +2 armor actually that didn't finish for HerO, is that right?
No, it was it was +2 weapons. He's researching that right now with +3 armor. So.
Oh, you're right. For some reason I always get the +2 and +3 confused with Protoss.
Gotcha.
It looks so similar.
Yellow, green, blue. That's what I tell myself every time. So, all right. Well, here we go now. As once again, SuperNoVa's dropping into this, and yes, he's going to be able to clean up a couple of units, but HerO's just on top of all of this. And it looks like he's going to try and snipe that third one more time, but he can't make his way in there. There's an Archon and charge lots already waiting for him.
Yeah, I mean, he needs to do something soon about that if he's going to do it at all, just because when the shields come back, it's going to be really tough to take that down. But I think that Nexus is actually going to be fine for a while now, it looks like.
All right, well, +2 weapons did just finish up for SuperNoVa. Does he have a fourth command center? I don't believe so. Nor is there one constructing right now. So he's going to be sitting on 3 bases for quite a while. HerO just started his 4th, though, which is why I was checking. And Storm, Thermal Lance, Colossi, Archons, oh my, all finishing up at about the same time.
Yeah, which is good. That'll make a very, very strong composition here for Liquid HerO.
Yes.
He's got that supply lead still, but SuperNoVa has kept up 3-3 on the way for him as well.
Oh, well.
Decent EMPs. He gets the sentries, and I believe he caught the Immortals with that too.
And
here comes the army.
The first one was really good, but the second one actually hit the exact same stuff. So the first one was great, but the second one wasn't. The Vikings are actually able to pick away after the Colossus, but there was only one Colossus up, so the Vikings are kind of dead weight now. The bio units trying to kite back against the charge lots, actually doing a fairly admirable job of that. Not a lot of units have been caught because the sentries were sitting pretty low in energy.
Yep, well, you know, we could have seen that double EMP too to make sure that all the sentry energy was used up.
Whoa! There's a storm, and that is pretty perfect for HerO because he's able to deal with these pretty quickly. Is he able to catch up and pick off the medevacs? Oh, they just get away.
That was a close one.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, now, sometimes, you know, if you've got full energy sentries or full energy Templar, it's not bad to EMP them twice just because each EMP only takes off 100 energy, I believe. So that still can leave a little bit of danger if you let them with that, but yeah, generally you want to spread it out a little bit more in most cases.
All right, so he is going to be able to heal up these units ever so slowly. That Marine says, I'm going for it! I want to get... Oh. Colossus kills him. Let's see, 168 to 147 supply advantage now for HerO.
These Marines are so hardcore, man. Even when they're like burning to death, they never drop their guns. They're like, they fight from my cold, dead hands.
Those are actually pretty warm dead hands, though, if you ask me.
That's right, my warm, dead hands.
Let's see here. There's still, there's actually just 2 Vikings in the air right now, so not that big of a threat to the Colossi that are popping out. +3 weapons, +1 shields coming out for HerO as well, but we have +3 just finishing up for SuperNoVa, so he's kept close on those upgrades. Oh, but he's going to lose his 4th base here.
Yes, he will. And kind of waiting to see kind of where people are going to position their armies here at this late game PvP. Where you fight becomes so infinitely important. And scanning ahead, he sees no units. He's going to go for it.
Oh, Storm!
Oh.
Yes.
Gets the Templar, but he does get a little bit of Storm on some of his units, but not really hugely bad.
Yeah, good awareness.
Dangerous move for SuperNoVa, though.
He's going for it. You know,
he is.
Yeah, he's gonna. Oh wow! Did he? How many units did he actually hit there? Looks like quite a few. Most of the Stalkers up at the front. He does kill the Natural, so that is going to be quite a problem for his economy. But he's probably going to get all of his units killed here in the process. Was that worth dropping down to a 70 supply deficit?
I don't know. I would say probably not. Oh, but he gets the 2nd Nexus. That might change things. You know, I mean, most likely HerO is just going to kind of attack now.
But
and if he does, I'd say he has a great chance of just winning the game.
Yes, I have to agree with you. And a couple of charge outs came by and denied the economy at the 3rd for SuperNoVa. And don't forget, SuperNoVa was not able to establish that 4th. So that's really all the mining he's doing right now. There's, let's see, a 90 supply deficit now for SuperNoVa. So HerO looks like he just wants to counterattack and win.
Yeah, did HerO ever, or did SuperNoVa ever find that 4th base of Liquid HerO?
I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and take a look at his vision. Yes, he did.
Know about it, yep. All right, and here we go. Too little, too late. GG.